Hey, you guys! Here's your favorite little keto goofball diamond, and today marks 6 years and 6 days of my ketogenic journey. I know I disappeared on you, and I'm very, very sorry. My whole life is just always crazy. It's always something, and I'm trying forever and a day to get right, and I'm all over the place. It's like I posted on my Facebook yesterday. Sometimes the more you try, the further from the mark you land. And it was just in my mind because it's so true right now. It seems like the harder I try, the further and further from goals and dreams I get. Love you too, weirdo. But I mean, that's kind of what it feels like right now. You know, the harder you try to work, the more it seems like things are going away from you. The more you work and the more you make, the higher things get. The more keto friendly you try to be, sometimes the less it really works out. So I'm just kind of like all over the place right now, and we're going to talk about it. For those of you new here, hi, I'm Keto Diamond. I forgot to tell you. And I've been doing keto for 6 years and 6 days. For the most part, I've lost 155 pounds, but maintained a 125 pound weight loss thus far. Still working on a more perfect me. Would like to get that weight back off and continue to lose, because quite honestly, wintertime will be here eventually, and all my jeans are size 8s. I don't want to buy new ones. So I want to get back down into those without having to wear sweatpants all winter. Although, that does sound comfy, don't it? It sounds so much more comfy. Especially right now when it's still hot. Although in fairness, all week I've been cold. So, weather's weird. It's just really weird. You see I'm wearing long sleeves? It was a rainy, gross day all day. Okay, before we really get started, I kind of want to bring you guys down just a little bit. Not intentional, but I would like to ask those of you who are the praying type to take a moment and give a little prayer, if it's on your heart to do so, to one of my little nephews. His name is Jacob. He's a young father, and he had a horrible car accident 12 or 13 days ago. He hasn't regained consciousness. They've taken him off tubes. He breathed on his own for a little while. I think they put him back on it. They're doing the feeding tube thing. It's a scary time for his family, and like I said, he's got a little girl, at least that I know. There might be other youngins, but I know about this one. In honesty, I haven't met this child, the young man, or his daughter. His daddy is my cousin. His auntie is my sister, my cousin, too, but I haven't seen them much, but once or twice in many years. But they are on my Facebook. They are family. They are people that I care greatly about. And I'm sick and tired of seeing young people lost. I don't want to see old people lost either, don't get me wrong. But young people with little youngins, it ain't fair to ask them to grow up without a parent. I mean, many of us have done it. I haven't, luckily, thank goodness, knock on wood. But I can't imagine too much that's harder. And luckily, in Zach's case, he did lose his mom, but somebody stepped in to help fill that void a little bit. You can't fill the void completely, but to do what you can to be there, that's a wonderful thing by itself. But anyway, I'm tired of seeing people lost, especially young ones. It's just, if you would take a moment to pray for him a perfect recovery and healing, I would greatly appreciate it, and that would be nice. Okay, so let me lighten the load a little bit. Now, I'm joking when I say this. I want to put this out there. It is a joke, but I think one of y'all drugged me. What? Yeah, I know, right? So, okay, again, this is just a joke. I was probably just that tired, but it popped in my brain for a second. I was like, no, those was new. So, the bags of Epsom salt that was sent with the melatonin in it. Shiva, you might well give it up. You stink. You ain't coming in the house right now. She stinks badly. She needs a bath, but I'm getting mine first, and then hubby can give her a bath. Anyway, what I was saying, I decided to try that out the other night. Now, I was a little tired of it. I was getting sleepy. It was about 11 p.m. And I went and I poured, maybe a little bit too much in the bathtub. and got in the bathtub. Normally the first thing I do is grab my phone and scroll through TikTok or something just a little bit to relax. And sometimes I'll get drowsy and I'll set my phone down and maybe take a little nap in there. The other night, I never even picked up my phone. I don't know what happened. It was, like I said, it was 11. Next thing I know, it was 3:30 in the morning. I woke up and looked at my fingers and said, I hope those go back to normal. I don't remember getting out of the bathtub, but I clearly did because I got in bed. I was like, no, those were new. I don't know if I was just that tired or what's in it's just that good or I used too much. I might have just been that tired because frankly, I don't get enough sleep, not by a million miles. And the sad thing is when I don't get enough sleep, it shows. I can see it. Like I see it right now. The lines on my forehead are worse. I just look tireder, more drained. I can see it. I look older when I haven't had nowhere near enough sleep. So I can see it. But yeah, I need to be getting my butt in bed. I'm waiting for my nails to dry. I've been promising and overdue a video, actually several videos, so I'm going to try to get all 3 of them up tonight. I also got a Temu haul I've got to film tomorrow night, but they want to review that first, so y'all probably see that in a couple of days. But I've got everything. I've reviewed, I've checked out everything. I've been able to touch and play with everything, so I know what that is. Plus, there's another video coming. You might actually get that one first because it's probably almost uploaded. But Miss Claudia sent me a beautiful, beautiful, amazing, wonderful subscriber gift, basically. I guess that's what you'd call it. And it was very, very kind of her. This is one of them. This is one of them. So if that tells you anything, and there was a lot more. So, I mean, check out that video. I think you'll be stunned and amazed. I also have a video, hopefully I'll get up tonight, of the reselling stuff. Some eBay sold, some stuff we bought, like a Goodwill haul, basically. It is multiple hauls. It's multiple things that I've gotten out to post. So I hope you guys enjoy all of the videos. I'm going to try to get them all up tonight because I've been promising, and I'm about 6 days overdue because I said I was going to do it every single day. And I said I was going to film all my foods every single day, and I ain't done that either. I did it that one day, and I filmed the scale, but the scale hasn't moved, which is both good and bad. All right, so I've been keto most of the time. But one night, the other night, I fell head first into a box of Little Debbie fudge rounds. I'm not proud of it, but it happened, okay? But here's the weird thing. Nothing changed. I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bloated. My feet didn't swell. And I was still 185. I was like, what the hell? That's not confusing or anything. Because, like, usually I eat one extra piece of keto bread and my feet will swell. And I ate almost all of those. And it wasn't a small box neither. It was the $5 box. I mean, I got the box for $1. But that's not the point. It was the big box, all right, with the big fudge rounds in it. I bought them for Anthony and them. And then I saw them, I was like, oh, it won't hurt. Yeah, you know it will. You know it will. But it didn't. Multiple didn't. I ate way too many of those way late at night. I was scared when I got up that morning to get on that scale and nothing changed. I was like, are you serious? What? But, yay. Not saying you could do that, but I'm just saying that's what happened. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, still 185. Now, when I'm doing dirty keto, I completely expect that. And mostly I have been. But over the last several, well, damn. One meal's been clean and one's been dirty because I've got keto bread. And I'm not wasting $6 loaves of bread. I'm just saying, I ain't going to do it. I can't afford to do it. You can't afford it. Well, unless you're rich, you can't afford to do it. So, here's that. Now, let's talk electrolyte balance. Because it hit me like a ton of bricks on Sunday morning. Ton of bricks. In a very painful way that left me squealing. So about 3:30 Sunday morning, I woke up with my legs straight up in the air, my calf cramped over like that, screaming and hollering. And you know, when you first wake up, your brain ain't quite functioning. Sometimes mine don't function like it ought to any damn way. But especially when I first wake up. So it took me a few seconds to realize I've got to relax. I've got to lay that leg down. I've got to rub it out. I've got to relax or it's not going to release. So I did. I was like, whew. And after a couple minutes, drifted back off to sleep. About 15 more minutes later, my leg straight up in the air, cramped over like this. I was like, oh. Okay, so, you know, I had to be up at 4:15 to get dressed. I got up, started getting dressed, hobbling around because it was the muscle was really, really sore and tight. In danger of doing it again. I went to step over Jake, and it did it again. I damn near face planted on the floor. And it did it twice more before I finally text my supervisor and said, dude, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't walk today. I explained the situation, what was going on. He said, you know, I hope you feel better. Take care. Hopefully there will be no repercussions for that because I am technically a temp right now. But ow, I couldn't walk. And it actually happened in total of about 6 times throughout the day. Now I did, you know, realize pretty quickly it was electrolyte imbalance. That's what happens when you sweat and sweat and sweat for hours upon hours, for days upon days, into 2 months. And I've pretty much been drenched in sweat every single day for 2 months. I pretty much already figured out that it was not magnesium and was not sodium because I've hit those things pretty hard along with taking Epsom salt baths, which is a magnesium salt. So I started upping my potassium. Potassium is one of those things that's kind of a weird, difficult thing if you don't know anything about it. You're supposed to consume 4,700 milligrams of potassium a day. The problem is you have no idea how much you're getting in foods. You can overdo potassium, so you have to be careful with the amount you take because you don't know how much you're getting. So normally I take 399 milligram potassium a day. Clearly not enough for me. So I've started taking 5 of them a day, 2 in the morning, 1 kind of middle of the day somewhere, and 2 at night. So, and that seems to be helping. I also up my magnesium just a little bit. I usually take 500 milligrams, so I'm taking 1 extra capsule. So it's like, I guess, that's an extra 250 milligrams of magnesium a day. The problem is there's 11 different types of magnesium, and it's almost impossible to know if you're taking the one your body needs, although that does seem to be fine. So sorry, I'm about to drink. I'm thirsty. Also being that I take a fluid pill for blood pressure, which is the only disease I got left for anybody who's wondering. Started with 30 medically diagnosed diseases, and I'm still stuck with that one that I've had for 20 years. I can't even remember. It's been a damn long time. Ew. It's diagnosed when I was 27. I'm 44, about to turn 45. It's almost 20-some years ago. I don't like it. Damn age. But at least it's a blessing to get to this age, right? It's a blessing to get beyond it. Every single day is a blessing because you don't know how long you got. Nobody does. You just got to live and love while you got a chance. That's all you can do. So, yeah. But I've upped my potassium and my magnesium. And I hope that don't ever happen again because it took about 3 good days for my leg to be not sore and in that pre-cramp filling stage. You know what I mean? It just felt like it was going to do it, but didn't do it no more after that day. Horrible. Horrible, horrible. All right, now, let's talk cuteness. Absolute cuteness. Destiny and Brian got a new puppy. A full-blooded Siberian Husky. Beautiful. He's beautiful. What did they name that puppy? I don't know what his name is. But that is the cutest puppy I've ever seen in my life. I've seen tons and tons of puppies. I play with puppies all the time when we go to flea markets. I got to touch them all. I can't help it. They're cute. And plenty of huskies. But this little puppy looks like a little bear. And he's got little pink on the inside of his ears. A little white and gray bear. He's so precious. What is that thing's name? It's not Max. Max is the big one. The one they got that's older. I forgot. But he's cute. Anyway, went over there the other day to visit. And my newest grandson, who is he'll be 3 months old on the 11th. And Destiny's her birthday's on the 7th. I've been looking for a few things for her birthday. I have gotten one thing, but it's not all I want to get her. Technically two. I already gave her one thing early because I didn't want to forget it existed, and I would. So, anyway, I've gotten one thing. There's other things I would like to get. I went over there, and I got big hugs from Athena, big hugs from Zach, of course, and then little Mr. Atreus was in his swing, and he's just swinging and having himself a good old time. He was talking towards the TV. Some kind of little cartoon on, I don't know. Destiny was getting her 5-minute break, well deserved, and he's just jabbering away to the TV. And I stepped in front of the TV because I wanted his attention. And this child looks around me to watch TV. He ain't 3 months old yet, just like, you're in the way. And I was like, boy, you go pay Mama some attention. He looks at me and goes, eh. No, you didn't. I can't even believe you did that. I picked him up and held him. He was not happy about it. He was trying to look around me to see the TV. Like, oh, you are so your grandpa's grandson and your father's son. It's just like TV and men. It's the boob too. He still breastfeeds, so he's definitely. Anyway, I just couldn't believe he did that. Wait, you need to move, old lady. I ain't in the mood for you. I'm watching my cartoons, okay? It was cute. It was cute. Oh, they're all so cute. My mom can't stop telling me how helpful Athena is, and I know she is. But, sorry. But Athena helped her mom move all the rocks out of the yard the other day. By the way, for anybody wondering about Anthony, that's a big-ass youngin'. He ain't 5 yet. I picked him up the other day. Number one, he was heavy as hell. Number two, his feet. I had him up here giving him a hug. His head was with mine. His feet was kicking me in my shins. It's like, you ain't even 5 yet. You quit it. It ain't cool. And Zach, he's just right here. But he might shoot up one day because his Uncle Hunter was like that. But they're not blood. I'm just saying Hunter was like this high at 12 and then all of a sudden 6'4". But, we're all different. All right, so once again, that's kind of my life update. I got to work tomorrow. Not really thrilled about it, but need a paycheck, right? So I'll be working the next 3 days. Going to still try to do updates, although it hasn't worked out so far when I've tried to do updates on work nights, but it's a 12-hour day. It's a very tiring 12-hour day. I'm trying not to do it in front of y'all because I know some of y'all be watching this video in the morning and you don't need to be doing that all day long. So I'm going to get off here. But if you guys if you'll send up a little prayer for my little cousin Jacob, I would appreciate it greatly. I know his family would too. And maybe one of these days I'll get to meet that youngin'. While he's fully awake and alert and very healthy, I hope. Especially for his daughter's sake. She doesn't look like she's very old. I haven't tried to pry too much, as in ask too many questions, but just what they've posted, and I'm like, oh, poor baby. And then again, he's also my cousin's son, so the things that his father's going through and his mother, it's just not fair. And I know that so many of you can relate and understand that, so if you'll send a little prayer up for him, that would be well appreciated. It really would. All right, you guys. So I'm going to get my chunky butt off here, hop in the shower, lay my butt down, and hope to go to sleep very quickly, but not so quickly that I sleep all night in the shower and wake up. I hope those go back to normal. I've fallen asleep in the tub many times, but I guess my fingers aren't in the tub. This time they was, and they was just fat and fluffy white. Like, that would look funny running around for the rest of your life with big fluffy fingers, but yes, it is. All right. I stifled it. If you guys have any questions about keto, if you need help with your ketogenic journey, I'm here for you. My contact information is below. As always, there's some great ways to support the channel. Right now, the best thing you can do for me, if you wanted to, you don't have to. But if you're an eBay buyer and there's something on my eBay you're interested in, send me an offer. Who knows? Might work out. I can't do it all because I know somebody like cut one of them completely in half. I was like, that's a bit much, honey. Leave me some meat on the bones. But anyway, I don't know who that was. Might have been just somebody random. Anyway, I was like, nothing to counter that they ignored. So, oh, but that's the reseller video. I'll be showing you all that and so much more. All right. Much love. Many prayers. Good night, y'all.